O'Hare and you're watching 15 Fabulous Minutes.
Its talent and energy can be utilised for community good. So thank you all for being involved in Spring Fashion Week, which promises to be a very exciting event for Melbourne.
Thank you very much for your hard work. We look forward to a wonderful and very fashionable week. The eyes of the world will be on Australia. The eyes of the world will be on Australia. The eyes of the world will be on Australia.
Of course, without a fashion parade, there isn't nothing but a fashion party, and this is the place you get to meet the people.
Made his debut into the fabulous world of modelling at the GQ Fashion Parade last year, and that's happening again this Thursday. Are you going to be strutting your stuff down the runway?
No, it's all over for me now. Out of fashion capital Melbourne, what makes Melbourne so good and fashion?
Good at fashion?
Yeah.
I think we have, Melbourne has a lot of really great fashion designers. Bettina Liano is one of my favourites. I've always worn her jeans. I just think it's a different image than Sydney. I think they have a different idea of fashion.
What about globally? How does it compare to the rest of the world that's going around? I mean, obviously Europe is the fashion base of the world, but how does Melbourne compete with something like that?
Oh, New Yorkers would disagree with that comment. They're very competitive. But I think Melbourne's very competitive too, and I think Melbourne, Sydney, the whole of Australia as designers fantastic. I really do think they compete with the foreign market. You can see that if you go into a Barney's New York store, you see so many Australian designers. Wayne Cooper, Bettina Liano's there. It's really
name drop that one again.
Oh, Bettina Liano. No.
You want sponsorship?
Yeah.
Love it.
I should be. I wear a jean so much now.
I want to know why Sarah O'Hare thinks Bettina Liano's are the best jeans. Chelsea, what is it about the cut that makes them so fabulous to wear?
Well, Bettina's made her jeans so that the leg fits well. Everyone raves about the tight bum in the Bettina Liano jeans.
So big bums are okay, should kind of be tucked in there?
Oh, well, no one has a big bum in Bettina jeans. No, they're all cut really well. She's done it for all shapes and sizes. Yeah. I don't know, everything about them just screams Bettina, screams perfection.
Doing this week in Melbourne with the Fashion Week? How many shows will you be seeing?
Will I be seeing? I'm going to try and see a couple. I have a pretty tight schedule working with the Research Institute, which is the charity I'm working on this week. So,
which finishes with the Grand Ball.
Yeah, South Spring Soiree on Friday night, which should be pretty good. Yeah, so I'll try and see what shows I can.
Yeah. Well, fantastic. Enjoy it. When are you coming back to Melbourne after this week?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Big agenda there.
We'll see.
It's a big ask. Do you love Melbourne or?
Yeah, I don't really know know Melbourne very well. I'm a Sydney girl, but I do love Melbourne.
Yeah.
I love anywhere in Australia.
What's the difference between, I mean, obviously there's a rivalry between Sydney and Melbourne. What is that rivalry?
What is that? It's like New York and LA. I don't know, just maybe because Sydney's better.
Oh, now I beg to differ. The door is that way. You haven't been in Melbourne long enough.
Wow, the air kiss that just go, there's kisses galore, there's champagne flowing by the bottleful. Cosmopolitans are definitely the drink of the day, and let's just flow through the crowd and just see who else is here.
Chelsea, do you just want to run us through some of the best sellers, perhaps?
Definitely. Well, our best seller is without a doubt the True Boot, which we've got here. The True Boot is your basic bootleg. It fits well, straight leg, perfect. We've got a few different colours in them. We've got the scrapers, which is the dirty denim. We've got the washed out black, like that, and we've also got the stretch in those. Okay. Then our other sellers, which we've got, are the swingers down the bottom there.
What's a swinger jean?
The swinger jean is a jean without a waistband. Okay. It fits perfectly. It's a stretch denim. The ones I'm wearing at the moment, which are these ones, they're very low cut. They come in 2 different coloured denims.
I quite like those ones, actually.
Yeah, no, those ones are fantastic. And then you've got your basic jean, which sit up a bit higher. So basically she's covered all aspects of a jean for all different shapes and sizes of a woman.
Okay. And so can you tell us what kind of person likes to wear Bettina Liano jeans?
Oh, person with style. No, everybody that comes in here walks away satisfied and quite happy with a pair of Bettina jeans. Everyone walking in and out has, I know they buy them to make themselves look great, which they succeed in doing. I don't know. Yeah.
I think I might just go and try a pair on myself, actually.
Another round.
Not a problem. Ta!
We're joined here by Greg from Giant Models. Temporarily bang, I used to be with them, goodness sakes. Terrible. Now, can you tell me why is it, I mean, Melbourne fashion is probably pretty big.
Yeah,
world known.
Yeah.
Why is it half the models aren't from Melbourne?
You explain it to me. I really don't know.
Now everybody...
I'm trying to get to the bottom of this, but I don't know yet.
Everybody here tonight is basically from Sydney?
Most people. I think some of the girls tonight were from Melbourne, but most of the talent coming down from Sydney for the shows.
So as a casting agency and model agency yourself, does this really annoy you?
Yes.
See, you know, this is the guy you got to see because you want the talent. You just come to this boy. We've got to put them out there on the pool. I think, is it a case of you have to do it yourself?
Yeah, I think so. It's a matter of getting the models out there and getting them known and getting them seen by the designers and making sure that they know that there is the talent in Melbourne as well as in Sydney.
I mean, how hard is it in Melbourne? I mean, competitive-wise, getting everybody...
It's a very big market. It's a very busy market, Melbourne, and it's more renowned for being a photographic and a catalogue market, but there is a lot of runway here and a lot of TV commercials shot here. So I consider it to be a money market, really.
For sure. Well, if you want to be a model, talk to this boy, Giant Model Agency.
So in the parade, not with the models, we're going to miss the damn thing. 161, hurry up, Fat 52.
You're right, I'm coming. Another parade, another event here at 161.
everybody else is having fun at the fashion show, but I'm here today having fun here with Sarah from Fat 272. How are you going?
Good, thank you.
That's good. Would you be able to just tell us a little bit about how you got started and the background of the label?
Fat was started by 4 ladies, basically because we were all designers and had trouble finding a place to stock our stuff. So basically it started as a platform for our own creative boundaries, pushing them, but kind of changed along the way, and now we started with 6 different designers, now we have 80, ranging from fashion, artwork, jewellery, music, homewares, you name it. So it's 2 years down the track, we have 2 shops, or 3 years down the track, 2 shops, and that's basically about it.
The man behind me here, the man behind the woman. How are you, Jeffrey?
Good, it was good. It was a great show.
Yeah?
It went really well.
Now, where can we find your stuff out in the streets there, your streetwear?
I wholesale to different boutiques all around Melbourne, like in all in the inner city area, like in St Kilda, Fitzroy, Alice Euphemia in the city, Fat 272.
How would you describe your style? High-end streetwear?
No, it's actually kind of simplistically cut, but kind of classically, comfortable fabrics, easy to wear, and fits into people's lives, and people can take a garment from one situation to another.
Right. So are you saying that who would be a typical wearer of your design?
A professional woman who wants comfortable clothes, who knows how to dress and knows what they feel comfortable with, and something that enhances them as a person rather than transform them into something else. The clothes that work with the personality of the wearer.
Fantastic, thank you.
Amy, here we are, another designer. What a place to have a show here. It's very Parisian, I must say, quite funky.
Very cool.
How did this all happen? Did you all guys get together and say, hey, let's come here and do a fashion parade, or?
I think Fat 52, Fat 272 organised the whole thing, and so they chose the venue, I guess.
So where do we see your wares out in the street?
Fat 52, Fat 272, Chapel Street, and in the city, Alice Euphemia, and St Kilda, the Dollhouse, a few places out and about.
And what was your style and inspiration this year?
This collection has 2 streams. One's called Hunter, one's called Rule. Hunter being inspired by the taste, Rule being inspired by the line between good and evil.
Well, we just saw some of the fabulous designs on the catwalk. How important is it to young designers that they have a shop like this or have access to sort of getting their labels out there?
I think it's pretty important. As I said a couple of years ago, it was very hard to find anywhere to anywhere to sell as a young designer, and I think it's hard also for people to believe in young designers. It's kind of hard to start out. So, we are a platform, and I don't know, I think it's pretty important. I think it's amazing the amount of designers that have come out of the woodwork in the 3 years that we've been going, and a lot of people I think maybe wouldn't have got to where they are or wouldn't have started if they didn't have shops like us, and there's a few other shops in Melbourne that have also been supporting young designers.
a successful show over here at 161, and of course that was the Gorman Fashion Parade. I'm joined here by the designer Lisa Gorman. How are you?
I'm good now.
Bit nervous for the show?
It's just always a bit of action, you know. The day goes, lots of things to do.
Now, how would you describe your collection?
My collection this season is it's based on and streetwear. It's not overly girly. It's got most dresses have a touch of femininity, like, you know, a few spots here. There's things like threads. It's very, very wearable. Hoping that it'll be worn day and night. You know, it's like a crossover.
I'm just wondering, was your inspiration, you got up one day and went to the wardrobe and I haven't got a thing to wear, right, that's it, I'm thinking I'm going to make my own clothes. Is this how?
Oh, it started way before that. No, it started with Barbie doll. I have 3 sisters, many Barbies.
There's been a really good response, I think because we are a little bit different and we don't follow any rules. The 4 of us had never worked in retail before, so the politics that come with retail we don't know about. So I think, you know, we very much have our heads down and we're doing our own thing and not looking around at what everyone else is doing, which I think is what customers like and also the designers like. So.
And there is a lot of competition in Chapel Street for sort of, you know, getting people through the door. What is it that sort of gets people in here that's sort of a bit different to all of the other shops that are down there?
I think probably the look of the shop, and that's very important. The architecture is a big part of that, and I mean, having a shop that looks, you know, a little bit different than everything else brings people in. So there's always people, you know, smudge marks on the window.
Smoke alert, fire in the building, everybody evacuate. It's all drama here. Last minute touch-ups, stapling the floor. We can all go home early and have an easy night. The cure out the front is around the block. Tonight we're going to see Zambezi. Everybody at the show gets a little bit of a show bag, and we'll sit up the back. We'll sneak. You get these everywhere. What little goodies do we find in here? Okay, fashion mag, gotta have one. Gotta have one of those. Oh, the lady stick.
I need deodorant.
Did you need a lady stick?
I have one.
What? Here, have it. There is no gent stick.
Do you want that Red Bull, darling? You want me to...
Dressing? Jessica Tran. How many outfits does Jessica have?
3.
3 outfits. That's all you've got to do. Just 3 times.
Yep.
Pretty laid back?
No.
No? You've been stressed out?
No.
No? Well, then it's got to be laid back then, doesn't it?
It's just very hectic.
How hectic. You look so flat out, I think I'll have to leave you. Just take your time. We're going over here. We've got some of the models. These are the girls here.
Model diet.
Staple model diet.
Absolutely, we all live on just Starburst, nothing else.
And then when do you vomit?
Red Bull. That's usually after all the shows.
After the shows. I thought you had to eat, vomit, then walk out. What brings you to Australian Fashion Week?
That's a good question.
Who employed you here?
No, actually, I'm trying to think. Actually, I'm trying to.
Hang a true model, huh?
I'm trying to be serious here.
There's space in the room.
I'm trying to be serious.
Of course not. You're paid to look good.
Give me some of this.
Yeah, help yourself.
They can talk a lot, don't they? One mobile. This is the total thing, darling. I'm almost on. I'm almost there. We're moving from jelly babies to the stable doctor. Yeah,
Jacks, you know,
Hungry. You actually eat Hungry Jacks? You actually, of course. Stand up for us now.
No.
Come on, this figure.
Seriously.
Why, you've been on your feet all
I
day?
had a lazy ass today, yes.
Now, how many shows have you done?
Today? Well, today we've just had one.
Just one show.
Today.
A whole week? How many are you doing?
We did a couple yesterday. Yeah, it just goes on for the whole week.
How do you feel about Zambezi fashion here?
I like it.
Have you got any little pieces yourself?
Just there. See that beautiful skirt?
Are you keeping that?
I wish.
You wish?
Yeah, it's just going to go into my pocket, you know, as I
Yeah,
leave.
take it home. There's a big bag here. There we go. Damien, the voice of Fashion Week. Now you're doing the voiceovers.
I'm doing the voiceovers for the entire duration of Fashion Week. It's a pretty amazing honour, actually. I didn't think I'd be... Stop zooming in on me. I didn't think I'd actually be asked to do this, but no, it has...
Pretty tough thing. I mean, the whole week, I mean, everybody's tuning in and they're hearing your voice.
I know, it's a bit...
Now this is the face behind the voice.
It's a bit freaky, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know. I'm just sort of like sat up in my little... I suppose it's like a little announcer's booth. I feel very Pete Smith this week.
Yeah, so now, of course, you got this. I mean, you're on radio, of course, Joy Melbourne, and you do a lot of spruiking as well around town.
Oh, do I what? I'm a tart, actually.
I know.
I do. I tart my services everywhere.
You prostitute that voice to a maximum.
Absolutely.
Now, how many shows have you seen this week?
I've seen 5 so far. We've got another one which is just about to happen. Of course, you'll
Hard Life.
See a little bit of that. We've got another 4, I think, to come later on this week too. So.
Oh, what a great week for you. And what's the highlight so far out of the shows you've seen?
Busy, busy. Probably the Victoria Triantafalou show, which was on earlier today. She was, I mean, some of the designs have just been stunning. They really have.
Something new and the latest for IJ journalists here. And how important is the Fashion Week to Melbourne?
Considering that it's still a very young industry and that most designers are still trying to develop a decent profile, if not an international profile, I think it is quite significant. The problem is, I think that too many retail outlets are given the opportunity to show and not enough young designers can afford to be involved in the parades where they should be. It'd be better if the Melbourne City Council got behind it a little bit more and started backing them. But look, you can criticise something as much as you want because you can always find faults. The point is at least it is some kind of an event that is showcasing talent, whether it be Melbourne-based or not, in an arena for not just fashion press and the fashion savvy to get a good shot of it, but it also invites the general public. And that's what it's all about.